So hello, hoping this one's working. Is it working? I don't know if anyone can see me. I'm going to do this live and see what happens, because right now I can see the view of me in the corner here and it says that it's black, but my little green button is on. So I am hoping that you can see an image of me, because I'm not sure that you can. So I'll just crack on and fingers crossed you can hear me and see me. If not, I guess I'll have to do it again. So hello, it's Lynn, the Joy Coach, back again for day 5 of the 7-day Joy Challenge. Today we're talking about celebration. I can't say the word celebration without thinking about Kylie Minogue. Celebrate good times, come on. Yeah, I won't continue the singing for you today. Hopefully that gave you a chuckle, but that's always what comes to mind when I use the phrase celebration. Now, I think celebration is a really underrated thing, and there's lots of reasons that we don't celebrate, so let's start there. One of the things that I have seen time and time again is people who are always looking for the next achievement, the next milestone, the next thing that they need to be doing in the project that they're working on, or the stage in their relationship. And what we often don't do is actually celebrate each marker, each mini milestone, each little step along the way towards our bigger goals. But it's not even about goals, this idea of celebration. It's also about celebrating ourselves. It's celebrating life. It's celebrating the people, who we love and care about. So there are many different ways that we can celebrate, and so often we don't actually do it. One of the reasons is because we're so programmed to keep focusing on what's coming, focusing on the future, focusing on what we want that's not here yet, as opposed to celebrating the progress that we've made. And for me, that's one of the really key things around celebration, is really, first of all, acknowledging and then actually celebrating the progress that you've made, the achievements that you've done, the tasks that you've completed. Now, the wonderful thing about celebration is it's completely free, it's very easy for you to do, and it also has an incredible impact on our psyche, on our self. Because when we regularly celebrate things, we improve our confidence that we can make shit happen, we improve our self-belief, that we can make something get done, we can actually create something in the world. It improves our self-esteem. So there are so many internal wins when we choose to celebrate and focus on what we have achieved and what we have done in that moment. It's things like, when you're working on, say, like a big work project. So, it could be you're doing a big, let's say, big marketing project for work. And obviously there are going to be, pieces to that puzzle to actually get the project completed. Do you pause when you finish the first thing? Like, you get through the ideas stage and you're clear on, what the project is, how you're going to promote it, and all of that kind of thing. Do you actually sit there and go, oh, awesome. You know what? I've done that phase, well done me. Because there is a sense of, for celebration, there's a sense of self-congratulations. I mean, one of the things that, I don't know if my friends laugh at me for, but I've actually really developed is saying to myself, like, oh, well done me. I say that a lot, by myself. I say that very frequently, because it's a reminder to myself that, it's like a mini celebration, and a reminder to myself that I have achieved a thing, like I did something good, like I made some progress. And as I said, all of the reasons, the reason celebration can be so wonderful and important as a path to bringing more joy into your life is because we're recognizing those moments as they come along. So it's acknowledging what has gone that was good, what has happened that is good, as well as celebrating it. And I have a friend, and she and I laugh about this all the time, because she'll do a thing, she'll finish something in her business, and then she'll be on to the next thing. And I'm like, hang on a minute, do you not just want to, can we just pause for a second and actually acknowledge and like cheer and celebrate the fact that you did that? And she's like, oh yeah. She's like, I'm not very good at that, am I? So I help her to remember that it's really important to celebrate, because also, in addition to the things that I talked about in terms of self-belief, self-esteem, confidence, it also gives you the boost. So we're talking about daily joy, aren't we? And I've come on here with this challenge to share with you tools and techniques. So this particular tool, which is celebrating, remembering to celebrate, actually brings into your body those feelings, those emotions, those emotions, and those release of endorphins in your body that help us achieve those states of joy and happiness. So celebration by itself is a tool to support you experiencing more positive feelings, more positive emotions, a more positive outlook on life on a daily basis. Now, celebrating can be as simple as recognizing that something's about to end, acknowledging what you have achieved, and taking a moment to recognize it. So it could be, for instance, when people, married couples, they often go out on their anniversary because they're celebrating the amount of years that they have spent together. So they might, go out for a meal, you might raise a glass of wine, having an achievement at work or in your business, and birthdays are a huge celebration. That's a really big one for me. Like, I'm somebody who's like, I celebrate my birthday. I take the day off. I always do something really fun. I usually go out for a fancy brunch or an afternoon tea, because that's my way of celebrating. That's one of the things I like to do for my birthday. And it's a way I'm celebrating me, because we're worth celebrating. You are worth celebrating. So I know a lot of people who just like let their birthdays go on by because they're like, oh, I don't really want to acknowledge how old I am. But it's not about how old you are. It's about acknowledging the incredible human being that you are, and the progress and everything that you have achieved in your life. And even if you think you haven't achieved a lot, I guarantee that you have. Just being alive and making it through life sometimes can be a real achievement. I remember when I finished my final treatment for my cancer treatment, and I went out to lunch with a friend, and, we raised a glass of champagne, had a splash up meal, because we marked the occasion. It was like, I'd gone through this experience, I'd made it through, I'd achieved the end of that thing. And so we went out and celebrated, we marked the occasion. So I would love for you to write in the comments below, what is something that you want to celebrate today? Like, what is something that you've just, completed, something that you've achieved? And it doesn't have to be something that you've completed or done out in the world. It could be, is there something that you're proud of that you've done within yourself? Like, have you changed your behavior? Have you changed the way that you're thinking about something? Have you, been able to be more optimistic and positive in a situation where you wouldn't normally? Have you created a new habit, especially over lockdown? Like, have you created a new exercise habit, as an example? Have you got into cooking, and you've been like cooking some amazing meals for your family? So it's not about necessarily what we've achieved in terms of work and, milestones. They are all wonderful things, and highly recommend celebrating those. But it's also about the day-to-day, celebrating yourself, celebrating the way that you've grown as a person, celebrating, a new way that you're approaching something, or a new habit that you've created. So all of these are really worthy of celebration. And again, I just want to bring back to the connection of when we celebrate ourselves, we build that realization of progress. We allow ourselves to feel accomplishment, to feel like we've achieved something. And all of these are really important for the physiology of our body to help us get into the feeling state of more joy and, day-to-day happiness. So that's, for me, celebration. It's another tool of really recognizing from a day-to-day basis, what is it that I want to celebrate myself for? And one of the things, a little tip, one of the things that I often do, I run a business mastermind, and every month we actually have a call where we are celebrating what's gone in the month the month just gone, we're celebrating our achievements and acknowledging ourselves for things that we've moved forward with. And one of the things that I always do when I celebrate something is I do it like a physical, like arms up in the air, or I do like a punch, or, you know, I move my body in some form of celebration. Sometimes if I'm standing, I'll jump up and down, because the physical, using our body physically for that kind of mini, you know, celebration, and however you want to do it. You know, some people do, you know, wavy fingers, like I'm a, you know, arms in the air kind of girl. And these actually help us bring into and reconnect and connecting into the feeling of the celebration. So again, a lot of the things that I talk about in my work is bringing it from the mind into the body. And that's just a little like physical hack, like it's a little happiness hack to actually bring that celebration into your body. Of course, if you're out at a restaurant, you know, let's not throw the wine up in the air. It's probably not ideal because we want to drink that wine. But if you're at home, or, you know, when you're out, you know, just do a little jig, you know, whatever feels comfortable for you. I'm not saying that you have to do that at all, but it's a really wonderful small thing to actually bring that feeling and the celebration even more into your body and into your feeling experience. So I hope that's been helpful today. Again, love to hear in the comments below what it is you would love to celebrate today, celebrate yourself for, or celebrate something that you've achieved. I'd love to hear if you're going to go and actually do a celebration. What are you going to do? You know, go and buy yourself a takeaway coffee if your local cafes are open. You know, are you going to have a special dinner with your partner? You know, what are you going to do to celebrate? Because that's also the thing. We need to put the time and the date and the way we're going to celebrate sometimes in the diary in order for it to actually take place. So comments below. Love to hear, what are you celebrating today? And if you're interested in learning more about joy and bringing it into your daily life, I've opened a fantastic new Facebook group. It's called Ignite Your Joy. I'll put the link in below. It's for leaders, trailblazers, you know, change makers who want to really tap into the power of joy to transform their lives, their work, and the world around us. So if that sounds like you, I'd love to have you in there, and you can check it out at the link below. So I'll be back tomorrow, day 6. And day 6 we're talking about, hang on, I've forgotten already. Day 6 we are talking about, oh, it's not there. I can't remember. But tomorrow I'll be back here, 12:30 p.m. BST for day 6 of the Joy Challenge. See you then. Until then, have a great day. Bye for now.